All right, so we're live streaming. I'm live streaming late, so if you're coming in, what we just decided to do is to start the dialogue system. So what we did is we created a copy of our enemy guy, and now we name this better non-enemy guy NPC, and we're gonna make him somebody that we can actually talk to. So let's not do the pawn sensing thing where he goes and he attacks you and doopity doo. We don't want him to just start moving towards you at all or anything like that. We still might leave pawn sensing alone, but really all this stuff has now been disconnected, and we really want this to be somebody we can talk to, which is going to be kind of a series of systems, one being involved with menus and seeing the text on screen, and the other one with cameras and like how you actually see the interaction happening. So, now, I've got our NPC here. Let's change the way he looks. Let's just use a different material so that we can kind of assume, all right, he's a different guy to talk to. Now, one thing I like to do is add a camera or a series of cameras to the dialogue system that we can actually switch between, which is really, really cool to do. So maybe we have a camera directly on the guy. So it's actually looking at him like this. And then maybe we have, let's think, another camera. You play the Telltale games, they have this camera switching stuff that happens as well. That'll be like a wide shot of the whole thing, the whole interaction of both characters. And then maybe we have like what's called in film an over-the-shoulder shot. Over-the-shoulder shot means that it's looking back on the main character, but it's over the shoulder of this character. Now, right now, I'm just kind of approximating, okay, what can we see here, kind of deal. Something like that. All right, so now I've got some cameras. We could always tweak them around. Let's make an event that starts our dialogue, starts conversation. Custom event, start dialogue. We'll also want another custom event for exiting dialogue, so we'll make that go right now as well. Custom event, exit dialogue. Okay. Start dialogue, exit dialogue. So starting dialogue, what do we want to do? We want to get the player character. We want to, how do I want to do this? We can send a camera, so your player's view, into another camera in a game in Unreal using a node called set view target with blend. Actually, it's not with the player character. Excuse me, it's not that. It's player controller. So the steps look like this. Get player controller, and then you pull off of that, you look up set view target with blend. Okay. And then the new view target is the new camera that you want. Well, kind of. We can plug in potentially the camera here, but it's not going to let us. The new view target has to be like an actor, so it has to be this NPC, which is fine. So we're going to plug in self, get reference to self. And again, if some of this stuff isn't exactly intuitive, that's okay, because this is why we're in this class. This is why we're developing a game over time, every class we meet. Slowly over time, you're going to notice a pattern, the things I'm doing every class, and you'll get kind of, you learn through repetition. So even if you don't totally understand what's going on, as long as you're watching and paying attention and listening, you're going to be absorbing kind of the development habit that we learn as developers. All right, so set view target with blend. Now we are now looking through the eyes. Our player is now going from looking through the eyes of himself to now looking through the eyes of this NPC. And his camera that he's going to be seeing through is whichever one of these cameras is called active. Okay, so let's make a custom event that will set the active camera so that we can switch between the different ones. So set active camera. And we can get our cameras, 1, 2, 3. And what I like to do is actually set active, set them all to false at first. The reason being is if one of them happens to be active from the last time this was executed, we want to clear them all. And then, immediately following that piece of code, set the one that you want to now be newly active, so check marked. Well, which one is that? Well, let's make a parameter out of this so that whenever we call this event, we can actually decide, we can pass in the camera we want to use. Okay, target camera. All right. Okay, so we now can set it active. So start dialog, set active, and now we get to decide, okay, what is the active camera? By calling this event we just made called set active camera. So let's call our event called set active camera and plug in the camera that we want. I think a good starting camera would be this camera right here. Let's name our cameras too. This will make it a lot easier to kind of control the flow of our cinematic dialogue system. So we'll call this camera facing NPC. This would be camera over shoulder. And this will be camera two-person view. Okay. Set active camera, and we'll start with that. Now we want to create a widget on screen through which we'll see the text at the bottom of what the guy's saying and be able to like click next or click even like choice options. We'll do that through a widget system. So let's make a widget. User interface, widget blueprint, W underscore dialog. Yeah, dialog widget. Double click, open it up. Now opening this up, let's do a couple things here. We can add black bars at the bottom and top of the screen to make it more cinematic. This also is a nice little way of actually giving us the ability to have a space where text will neatly fit on screen because there's a black bar behind it. So it kind of doubles as both a widescreen effect, but also like, hey, I need some text here. So let's do this kind of like big old widescreen thing. Just like that, cool. And now let's get our text on there. text, bring out text. We want the text to be pinned towards the bottom and anchored toward the middle bottom, just like that. Let's set it to blue. Let's also set it to the middle. I want that like Star Wars blue, right? Like that, yeah, that looks good. And let's just put some filler text right now. Hello, I am. Somebody give me a robot name quickly. What would a robot's name be? A droid name. Somebody give me a name. Droid.
Bobby.
Lobby?
Steph.
Bobby.
Bobby? I like Marco's answer. C3D9.
Tim.
C3D. Oh, come on, it's a better answer. Hello, I am
Bobby.
C3D9. What does this robot do? Give me like a background story on him. Like, what's his job?
He makes toast.
Adrian, you're fired. Give me a real Star Wars background.
He's a merchant who sells items he finds in the desert.
He secretly deals forbidden weapons.
I am a
No,
merchant.
that should be somebody behind the mountain.
What's that?
A smuggler.
All right, so he probably wouldn't admit that at the beginning. So maybe he is those things. So how does a smuggler cover up their tracks? I am a merchant of.
By erasing their history of everything they bought.
Mm-hmm.
I am the merchant of items. I can get you any item needed.
I can
No, I
get
am the
you
merchant
anything
of wonder.
you need for. I can get you anything you need
I have
for
a
the right
perfect idea.
price. Okay, and so when you get that, and when you get this
But
thing where
beware
it's
of
like,
what you buy.
what's that?
But beware of what you buy, because it could have dangerous consequences.
I like that. Okay, so this is sample dialogue right now. We'll get into like storytelling dialogue in a second. It might be good too to kind of have like the name of the NPC you're talking to somewhere on screen. We probably put that up here in like maybe the top right or something. And so in this case,
Hey, sir, I have a question.
Yeah, C3D9.
Can you make a game engine instead of a game engine?
Legally or like just possibly?
Just
Yeah,
like
possibly.
like develop an entire game engine in a game engine and then publish it as a game engine.
Wait, so
You
did
can't
say
do that legally. You can't do that.
Is it illegal to do
Yeah,
that?
is it illegal to do that?
Is it a
Well,
legal thing with game engine without?
It's not like illegal, like you'll go to jail. It's illegal, like you'll get sued for billions of dollars. And here's why.
Adrian, I love how both
like,
said that at the same
like
time.
take Unreal Engine and
You guys get
just
so
make a
excited.
game where it's just another game engine, but like public, but just name it something else.
So,
Come on.
is it
Mr.
possible
Torres,
to do?
Nobody will know.
Yes, it is.
Yes, is it
Why
possible?
does it make sense to do it? No, it does not. It doesn't make any sense to do that. Like
Right.
like you gain nothing by doing that.
You should do it and get sued.
No, so that's the
Come
one
on,
thing
it's not,
about
it's not like they'll know.
the licensing terms with something like Unreal
never
say
know.
that you
Sir,
can't
you
use
can
the
make one
engine to then
and
make a
call
derivative
it,
engine
Horizon
and then
engine.
sell that engine.
So you can make one and call it Torres' engine.
It'll be a worse version of Unreal.
I mean, sounds nice.
Right? Open up our character.
I mean,
All right,
nobody
so-
will know.
Yes, they'll
Nobody
well,
will know. It's not like we're gonna tell them.
I mean, you can do it. You can do it on your own. You just can't release it. That's where it gets.
Black market.
Yeah, sell it on the black.
How to use Unreal Engine without using Unreal Engine?
It's one of the only stipulations that Unreal
We can
can't
make
be
it
used
Chromebook
for.
compatible.
I think Unreal Engine can't be used to make other
So,
game
Mr.
engines.
When do we get to make our own
that are for
items?
sale, commercial other commercial standalone game engines, essentially. Because basically you're just taking their code and you're changing a little bit and then claiming of a new engine. That's not the same. That's like you stealing my car and then repainting the car and replacing
But that's only the nice
CD
thing
player.
about
here's the
And then
thing.
telling
Nobody
me
would
that,
have
oh,
known in real
that's
life.
not my
Nobody would
car
have actually
anymore.
known.
It's different. It's
Yeah.
like, it's still my car.
Nobody would have known if you painted the car.
I mean,
So-
I'd be happy if someone stole my car and just came back.
No, because then they don't give it back to you.
It's
Like, oh no, that's not your car anymore. It's a different car.
Oh,
If they take my tractor, that's a whole different story.
yeah. If they take the lawnmower, we're done.
I took my Hot Wheels.
They took
So we need to initiate this
Mister,
dialogue
what kind of car do you have now?
system.
Okay.
I have a Jeep.
Ooh, a Jeep driver. I see snow days are respectively.
It's not like the crazy outdoorsy Jeep, it's like a Jeep
Sure.
SUV.
I have a
It's like the Jeep my grandma drives.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're line tracing
Sure, I
here.
had like a crazy idea.
For all the like we
Probably
have like
later in
the
the
kind
future.
of
So guys, I want
Kinda
you to look
car
at
that,
this. Hold on.
fly.
Hold on. Shh, simmer down now. Simmer down. Look at this. So, event tick, right? I'm on our player character now. We're always line tracing forward, always every frame. So we're always getting the current actor we're looking at. So that means it's going to be really easy to look up, for example, the E key. I don't think we're using E key for anything, which is good because that's like a select key in a lot of games. And what we'll do in order to initiate dialogue with somebody is we'll just ask, hey, what is the current look at actor get? Is he of the type NPC cast? If that's not true, like when we're mostly looking around, well then fine, do nothing, cast failed. But if it is true, then we will initiate that dialogue system off of that NPC. So that's code, and that's really
just
nice that we
realized
can do
something.
that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
If this game gets released and
Then I
we
get
actually earn
sued.
money, how are we gonna? All of
Well, first off, I have a feeling that in about 2-3 years, Disney is going to create a portal for indie games to use the Star Wars IP, and they're going to make it very, very friendly for small teams, including individuals, to create games within the Star Wars universe, both legally and as part of the Disney enterprise. I absolutely think that's going to happen. So if you are a smart business person and you're getting really good at Unreal, maybe you start making your Unreal Engine based Star Wars game now, so that in 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, and most of you guys will be towards the end of high school, you actually can release and publish that Star Wars game. Because I say
I can't wait to make $2 worth of it.
All right, let's go in here. Wait, why is this guy not? Oh, did I put him in the other house? I put him in the other house. Go look for the guy. He's in the house on the hill. We're gonna go over here and we'll see if the dialogue system initiates. All right. it. So it'll happen when I'm looking at the guy. Okay, here he is. And if I press E, 3, 2, 1, E, E, 3, 2, 1, E, test, 1, 2, guys. All right, that didn't work. So let's take a look. Why didn't that work? Right here, access
Test,
none.
1-9er. Test, 1-9er.
Test 1-9er. Start dialogue. So what I like to do,
Code word.
I'm gonna do something called add breakpoint, and that's gonna freeze my game if it ever gets that code. And if it doesn't freeze my game, I know that my code wasn't getting executed. So that way I'll know if it's the line trace or not. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, bam. Yep, not freezing my game. So it's something to do with my line trace. Is my line trace tracing in the wrong direction? Remember line traces was like the bane of our existence for a hot minute there. Now we're gonna go back to our character. Let's just see, project line forward in space, 2000 units, debug. Let's do for 1 frame, just make sure that that's actually coming from our crosshair. Because again, we had issues with that originally. It's definitely coming from our crosshair really nicely too. Now the possibility is it's actually a collision thing, and now that's where I'm going to go in. So let's see. We're using the visibility channel. I think our NPC doesn't react to the visibility channel by default. I'm going to go in here, we're look at collision, COL, collision presets, character mention, aha! Visibility channel set to ignore. So how do we fix that? We either change the channel on the guy, what he's able to react to, so we say, no, don't ignore the visible channel. Or on our line trace, we say, hey, use the camera channel instead, which that guy does react to, because it says block right there for camera channel. Okay, everybody, take 3. Let's go again. We're going over here. Where's the hill? House on a hill. Okay. Oh.
Mister, pull out your lightsaber.
It's quicksand. And all right. So hold on. Let's make this full screen. Go up to the guy, pressing E, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Hey, is that cool? So we got this shot now, where we've got the widget. We've got hello. I am C39. I am a merchant of items. I can get you anything you need for the right price. So now we have this.
It just looks like they're breathing at each other, sir. Trying to knock each other over with.
There's no animations yet, but what we could do real quick is just do this kind of like camera switching. No, we'll probably want that triggered on button presses. Nah, we'll leave it as is. We'll pick up next time. I'm going to save this. Any questions on what we just did and what we accomplished?
It's time to go still? It's already time to go, sir?
Basically, already time to go. I'm going to play fast. I mean, I could keep you guys for
We still have
longer. We
another
could do
30
more,
minutes.
but we've got things to do. You like it so far, Marco? Thanks for saying so. I like it too.
I really like this, sir. I think it's going in a good direction.
Cool. Good. I'm glad to hear that, guys. And I always want to hear your
Now we have to do
feedback.
is put a new model on the version,
ideas.
voice line.
Yeah, voice lines and models are
Taurus,
yeah.
put
So
yourself in the game.
And then me, yeah, going. So I press
Okay,
E,
sir.
and here we are. Now I'm standing in front of the guy's camera. So
Sir, I have to go. I have to go home and stuff, okay?
that's fine. Yeah, I'll dismiss class. Everybody, stay tuned. I'll email
Have a
you
good day, sir, and
when
good
assignments
weekend.
go up. But for the meantime, there's nothing up. Have a great weekend, 3-day weekend. I will see you
Goodbye,
Tuesday or
sir.
Wednesday. Bye.
Bye
Sir,
bye.
can I give you an idea I have?